Hello and welcome to Biz Spotlight. It's Garrett and Chelsea Zimmerman from Team Zimmerman Real Estate, and today we are blessed to have Kelly Barber from B Squared Bookkeeping joining us, and we're excited to get to know a little bit more about Kelly and her business.
Yeah, welcome Kelly. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So a little bit of background. I'm actually in a networking group with Kelly, and that's how I got to know her. And yeah, we've just gotten to learn a lot about her business and how she excels and is different and better in her industry. And so today we're going to ask Kelly some questions and learn more about her. You ready?
Ready.
Awesome. Go for it, Garrett.
So the first question that I'd like to know is, how did you get started in bookkeeping?
That is a good question. So I come from a financial background, and I used to work at a bank, and I had a friend call me up one day. We worked at the bank together.
Mm-hmm.
She had left the bank and had started her own bookkeeping company, and she was swamped and needed some help. And because we worked together at the bank, she knew my work ethic and called me up. I was no longer at the bank at that time. I was working at a local charity.
Yeah.
And I was kind of looking for a change at that time, so I guess the timing was really good. And so yeah, I decided to jump into the bookkeeping world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
Oh, no, that's great. So tell us, what your customers love most about you in business.
I would say my customers, I give them a feeling that I treat their business like it's my own.
Yeah.
So I feel like they are very trustworthy of me, and they know that I will do a good job for them and get everything that they need done, and all their filings done on time, and their year-end to the accountant on time. So very reliable. And
Yeah. Awesome.
So important.
Love it.
So
Yes.
You'll do the things that most people don't want to do.
Yes,
when it comes to
exactly.
bookkeeping.
Exactly.
I love that.
For sure.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about your business. What is something that people might not know about your business?
Okay. I find that a lot of people don't know that bookkeepers and accountants are the same, or not the same person. They always think that we are the same, and so they are always like, if they're looking for an accountant, they're actually looking for a bookkeeper, and vice versa. We are different. The bookkeeper always takes care of the financials throughout the year in the business, and then we prepare it for the accountant at the end of the year, and then the accountant takes over for that. So we are different, and you do need both of us to run your business. So
Very cool.
Yeah, totally. So tell us a little bit about the software programs that you use for your clients.
Okay. I use a couple different software programs, and it's totally dependent on what the client's needs are. I primarily run off a Sage software, which is simply accounting. Most people know it as. And I do run off a QuickBooks online program as well. So it could be desktop version, or it could be cloud-based, depending on where your business is throughout Alberta. You don't need to be local, because there's lots of opportunities for your bookkeeping to be done when you're not local.
Right.
So those are the two main softwares that I use.
Awesome. Yeah, and most businesses use those, so I mean, they're pretty standard, so that's awesome. Yeah.
And great to know that you don't have to be in Central Alberta necessarily to work with you.
Yes.
Because you can offer services virtually.
Yes,
Love
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
So in terms of business challenges, because every business has them, what would you say is your biggest challenge in bookkeeping and with your business?
Okay. I think my biggest challenge is probably because I'm a home-based office. Working from home, I tend to work all the time.
Right.
Yes.
There doesn't ever seem to be a 9 to 5 time. There's just a whenever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that has been challenging, just because I'm always answering clients' emails and doing meeting their deadlines and stuff, and whether that's 9 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock at night.
Right.
there's not really a good daytime work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I find that's the most challenging. I'm kind of working on cutting that back and doing like a 9 to 5. But at least when I'm emailing clients, I'm not emailing them past 5 o'clock anymore. That kind of thing. But yeah, that's probably the most challenging.
Yeah.
So you never stop working when you're at home.
We know the struggle.
Totally relate to that.
But when you love your clients and you love your job, it doesn't really.
It's true. It doesn't really feel like work.
Exactly.
It's what you're passionate about.
Yeah.
So we feel that for sure.
Yeah.
So kind of getting into a little bit more of like the personal side of things. Who would you say growing up would have had like the biggest impact on you and on your life?
I would say probably both my mom and my dad. They're such hard workers and they still are today.
Awesome.
So just watching them work so hard growing up and making us work for the things we wanted growing up too. Like nothing was ever just handed to us.
So good.
I think that instilled a really good work ethic in me from a young age, and I've just kind of carried on with that. And
no, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I know how hard you work. I mean, we follow you on social media, and we get to hear about all of Kelly's successes in our networking group. So you do a really good job for your clients.
Thank you.
So what would you also say was like the biggest thing that they taught you? Would you say that it's hard work, or is there an additional lesson that your parents taught you?
Probably mainly the hard work.
Yeah.
Just that the hard work actually does pay off.
Right.
And nothing really comes for free. So
That's great.
Yeah, such an important reality for entrepreneurs, people in business, is that it doesn't come easy.
Yes.
And you gotta work for it, and you gotta be available, like you said, in terms of your challenges. So
Exactly.
love that.
Yeah.
So if people are wondering, how can I have Kelly do my books?
Yes.
Where can they contact you? How can they contact you? Where do they find Kelly Barber?
Okay, the easiest way to contact me is probably on my website, which is www.b2bookkeeping.ca. I have my contact information on there. I also do have a Facebook page, which is B Squared Bookkeeping, so you can find me on social media as well.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Kelly's really responsive too. So, I mean, anytime I've ever reached out with questions or anything, you've always been super quick to respond. So, you'll get a quick response from her. So, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yes,
Kelly.
thanks for
It has
having me.
been
Thank you.
so great just to get to know you, get to know your business, and we will post all of Kelly's information online on her profile. And we're just so grateful that you're here and that you're just so amazing and you do such great work for your clients.
Thank you, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, awesome. Have a great day, everyone.
See you next time.
Bye for now.